Hello everyone, thanks for joining us for video 2, Healthy Habits at Home. We're the team at Holland Health Coaching in Colorado. Our team is led by Georgianne Holland, and we help people transform their health from prediabetes and worry to self-care and balanced blood sugar. We know that you've already tried lots of ways to turn your health around, especially the grip that sugar has on your life. We honor you for that and stand ready to help you move forward from here. In video 1, we talked about the 4 key strategies that help you get better outcomes than you ever have before. We believe that the prediabetes epidemic that America is facing would never have grown so out of control if changing a lifestyle was easy. But it isn't easy. People work hard to change their body. It's easier to begin on the right path and then stay on the path long enough to create healthy habits. The fact that you've decided to reach out for an expert resource in making a sustainable, healthy lifestyle change, that's to your credit. We're glad you're here. So you're in the right place if you've tried dieting, like dozens of times, or you've tried getting more exercise, giving up junk food, or taking medication for high blood sugar. Instead of starting a new and awful diet today, this video is about creating a lifestyle. No more yo-yo for you. You long for the right solution that is personalized for your body and taste buds, and a solution that is convenient to follow. That would truly help your busy life. Coach Georgianne has spoken with hundreds of women about these very topics. Here's what she says about the kind of women who hire her to help. My client Rachel began seeing family members suffer from high blood sugar and related health problems when she was a child. She saw aunts and uncles, cousins, and neighbors take insulin shots and daily medication. She mourned the early death of a loved one with a body that has been damaged over decades. That family member didn't have a doctor he trusted. Rachel reminded me that not everyone has a doctor or can afford insurance and medication, so their prediabetes goes undiagnosed or ignored, and the damage inside their body builds. Have you seen these things too? Have you been worried that their fate will be your fate? It's time for you to learn more about the epidemic of prediabetes and what we can do to help you and your loved ones stop passing down this dramatic chronic illness. Let's listen while Coach Georgianne tells you about another of her clients. This time you'll hear about her client, Roberta.
Do you have prediabetes? You might be wondering how big a health problem that is. 1 out of 3 U.S. adults have prediabetes. 9 out of 10 don't know they do. The good news? A healthy diet and exercise can cut their risk of getting full-blown diabetes in half. And that's for people whose risk is already high. Why is this happening? Health is a state of balance, and disease, it's a state of imbalance. Imbalance happens over time, and the farther along you are in the development of prediabetes, the more problems you may have. My health coaching client Roberta tells this story, and I'd like to share it with you. She says, I was a little overweight, and then I had a hip replacement, and that really put the weight on. I've lost 42 pounds, and I never want to gain that weight back. I tell my kids, being heavy and sick was hard. Changing my body was hard. Choose your hard. If a person has prediabetes, they may also struggle with obesity, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol. Many prediabetics also suffer with the aches and pains of arthritis. All of these health problems are related, and many have the same cause, which is inflammation. In the Solution Starter, you will learn how to reduce inflammation through self-care. My coaching clients often worry about the costs involved when their prediabetes becomes type 2 diabetes. Preventing diabetes is far cheaper than treating it. That's right, if you neglect prediabetes by refusing to solve it at home, your medical bills as a future type 2 diabetic will be much more expensive. Not every person who is diagnosed with prediabetes thinks they can afford to invest money and time into changing their situation, and I do understand that this can be challenging. One of the statistics I was taught as a prediabetes educator is that the cost to Americans for medical care and lost time from work from 2007 to 2011 was $44 billion each year. We can do better. I always encourage my clients to spend on their wellness instead of spending on their illness. If your doctor has diagnosed you with prediabetes, you will need to pursue a lifestyle-changing plan to address that diagnosis. This solution starter for prediabetes helps you work towards wellness in conjunction with your doctor's instructions.
Let's get down to the basics. That's where all good teaching videos begin. We'll begin with the topic of balanced blood sugar. Here's the progression or stages of blood sugar that become unbalanced and damaging. Unhealthy eating habits, not knowing which foods are causing unbalanced blood sugar, cause body tissues to become resistant to insulin. Overproduction of insulin in the pancreas is needed to keep blood glucose in normal range. The pancreas can't keep up. Less insulin is being made, yet tissues are still resistant to insulin. Blood glucose levels get too high after eating. Blood sugar levels creep up, which indicates prediabetes. Is this where you find yourself today? Symptoms are rare, so lifestyle choices often stay the same. Is this where you'd like to be, changing your key choices? Without self-caring choices, a continued rise in fasting blood sugar promotes the diagnosis of type 2 diabetes. This is what you want to avoid. Without lifestyle change, type 2 diabetes progresses, insulin is prescribed for control of blood sugar, and health risks increase. Those are the basics of unbalanced blood sugar. Now you are at the point of deciding. You can decide to redefine your future by taking self-care action early before your body starts overproducing insulin or your pancreas breaks down. Or you can ignore the basics and continue on the path to type 2 diabetes. You can make this important decision come to life by practicing healthy habits at home. The stages of prediabetes are sometimes called continuum of diabetes. This is so because diabetes that is ignored will likely keep moving and turn into type 2 diabetes. That's why the lessons in this video are all about balancing blood sugar. In America today, our doctors are overworked and heavily restricted by the insurance industry. Well-meaning doctors are not taught about nutrition or lifestyle. They may be leading unhealthy lifestyles themselves. Self-care at home can make a huge difference in how your body bounces back from high blood sugar. This video shows you how to balance high and low blood sugar by embracing healthy home habits. What do we mean when we say changing your body through self-care? Coach Georgianne's client Rachel and Roberta both learned how to flip the switch from despair about high blood sugar to hope. Hope about their body and hope about a future without diabetes. Self-care and hope are intertwined. That's why we like to talk about self-care as a hopeful tool. Here's what we mean. Many people who are somewhere on the continuum of diabetes do not feel symptoms. What they do notice are other health problems. These other health problems are related directly to the inflammation and cellular damage of unbalanced blood sugar. These health problems include obesity, arthritis, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol. Coach Georgianne helps people learn hopeful tools to add big doses of self-care to their healthy habits at home. In just a few minutes, we'll talk specifically about those hopeful tools. We'd also like to bring up the topic of spending money on your wellness instead of only on your illness. More than 60% of those who get help from Coach Georgianne are uninsured or underinsured. That's right, and the cost of working with the prediabetes program that Coach Georgianne offers is not covered by insurance. There is a one-time fee for enrollment in this program. And that fee, well, it costs less to enroll in Georgianne's one-year solution program than it costs to buy a bag of chips each day. We're not teasing. If you put quarters in the snack machine at work every day for 1 year, you'd spend more money on junk food than you'd spend on solving your prediabetes with Coach Georgianne. A little bit later in this video, we're going to tell you how to enroll in that valuable year-long program called the Solution Starter Prediabetes Program. But first, we'd like to help you get to know Georgianne as a person before we do give you the details of the program. It was surprising to us when we learned about her own health battles. Looking at her from the outside, you'd never guess. Here's what she told us. I'm a health coach who has also battled with body-wide inflammation. It began when I was diagnosed with hyperthyroidism. I talk about this in my prediabetes workbook. In 2005, I was told my thyroid was under-functioning. While I didn't understand exactly how that was tied to inflammation at first, I immediately thought it sounded like an old woman disease. So I decided to keep this news to myself and try to navigate the problem on my own. Do you think this is one reason why Coach Georgianne has become a healthcare pro? We do. I tell the whole story about my own health problem in the workbook, but I can tell you right now that trying to handle it all on my own didn't work out well. As you search for solutions to reverse prediabetes, I hope you'll reach out to others and start a conversation about high blood sugar. Talk to friends and family about what you're facing. You might also benefit from connecting with others who are also newly diagnosed with high blood sugar. Needing a supportive online community myself is a big reason why I created the Solution Starter program. Now, before you begin to worry about the limited kind of food that you'll need to eat to solve high blood sugar, just don't. And if you hire a different health coach who tells you that you have to follow a very strict list of allowed foods, just don't do that either. It's important to remember that there's a big difference between a deprivation diet and a health-promoting lifestyle. In the Solution Starter program, the emphasis is on upgrading the way you eat. No one gets any points for eating as little as possible in this community. That's a big relief, right? Here's another relief, a stress relief. That's right, many people in the Prediabetes program find that consistently applying stress-relieving coping skills helps a lot. Think about it this way. The first helpful thing that calmer people experience is that they make more mindful choices. A stressed mind is likely to need a rush of endorphins, those feel-good hormones. A quick way for the human body to happily release endorphins is through eating easily digestible carbs and fat. And junk food is designed by food manufacturers to give people a big rush of those feel-good chemicals. There is a better way. Learn easy, stress-relieving coping skills, and you can more easily take a step back, away from the junk food vending machine. Have you ever noticed this in your life? And there's another kind of relief that we think you'll be happy to receive. Everyone at Holland Health Coaching is honored to surround you with support. Studies have proven that all health problems are more easily overcome when a supportive atmosphere is present. Your home life may already include a lot of supportive people, and that's great. Some of our clients don't have a big team at home to cheer them on. We're happy to step up. And you may just get the golden opportunity to help us cheer on others within this prediabetes community. And that would feel great. We love your wisdom. We recognize that you have options for creating better health. It's important to make a decision that's right for you. Everyone at Holland Health Coaching is excited to announce the new classroom opening for the Solution Starter for Prediabetes program. Here's Coach Georgianne's promise. Every month for 12 months, I will deliver to you via email the absolute best holistic health coaching materials I've ever created. Each month of material includes exclusive VIP handouts, lessons, videos, action steps, and easy-to-understand research. I've devoted years of my life to make sure that the next 12 months of your life are the absolute best. Here's a sneak peek inside the Prediabetes program workbook. When you enroll in the Solution Starter, you will receive a series of lessons from Coach Georgianne over 365 days. You'll receive 12 months of support from expert coach Georgianne Holland, 26 video classes and assignments, a 128-page spiral workbook, a 108-page spiral food journal, 3 bonus gifts mailed to you, master worksheets to share with your family and friends. It's all convenient. Learn on your desktop, laptop, or phone. There's no deadlines and lots of kind help. And you'll feel better and surprise your doctor and family. And these lessons, handouts, and resources are yours to keep and share. There are no deadlines or additional cost. You can print out the worksheets and handouts for your family and learn together how to solve prediabetes and avoid type 2 diabetes. There are bonus resources that you will also receive as an enrolled member of this prediabetes program. But before we get there, you'll want to know, when you enroll in the Solution Starter program, you will be supported in reaching a 6-month goal milestone and a 12-month goal milestone. That's right, our commitment to you will stand firm, and you'll always hear from us in kind and helpful ways. The benefit of this kind of goal setting is that it's sustainable over a lifetime. Now that you've heard about our opportunity to join the Solution Starter community online, along with all that you'll receive when you do, let's get back to Coach Georgianne's 3 hopeful tools. Hopeful Tool 1. Take the consistent steps needed to reach your healthy body weight. Each of us is different both biologically and temperamentally, so your best plan will be tailored to you. Do you spend significant time trying all the tips and tricks that help other people maintain their weight? Today is the time to honor your own body and how it best works. Know that if you are overweight, your prediabetes is more likely to develop into type 2 diabetes. You do not need to be alone in this effort. Hopeful Tool 2. Become vigilant about moving your body for 30 minutes every day. Studies show that aerobic activity like brisk walking, swimming, or cycling help manage blood sugar. Of course, there are some exercises that you truly don't like, That's the same for me. I cannot take another pre-dawn stair climbing class. There are other kind of exercises that feel more like play than work. What kind of exercise are you willing to do on a regular basis? Regular exercise also helps us to reduce stress, and that makes a huge difference when we transform our habits. Hopeful Tool 3. Understand what is in the food items you most often eat. Are you a label reader or a label avoider? Can you describe starchy carbs, and do you know which common American foods contain the most hidden sugars or food coloring? Becoming aware of what is inside of the food you buy at the grocery store is a hopeful tool, and with a little practice, you can easily and quickly make more informed buying choices. Would it help you to know that eating too much sugar isn't a display of low self-control? The food industry has hidden sugar in common foods, and you can learn how to stop being force-fed unhealthy ingredients. We're here to show you how. All of these hopeful tools are foundational in the Solution Starter Prediabetes program. It's one thing to get advice, it's another thing entirely to receive the step-by-step instructions for making that advice a part of your everyday life. Wouldn't you agree? The team here at Holland Health Coaching enjoyed sharing this video with you. We encourage you to watch the next video in this series. In that one, we'll dive deeper into your family's dream of beating type 2 diabetes. We invite you to watch that video with your loved ones. Make sure you take a minute to check out all the free resources available at georgianneholland.com. If you know that you're ready to make big changes for your health today, the Solution Starter Prediabetes program is now available for enrollment. Learn more and contact us today at georgianneholland.com.